Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Lipinki. It's going to be our map for our brand new Start from Scratch Let's Play series here on Farming Simulator 19. Um, as you can see, we have $175,000. Now, we started off with $500,000, and I went ahead and purchased two fields, Field 7 and Field 57. They're a little spread out, but they both have soybeans on them that are ready to harvest. So that'll be easy income coming in. And I leased, and I'll show you here, I leased a Rostelmash harvester and header. Now, the goal for this series is to, we will buy our equipment whenever we can, but for the beginning, we're just going to lease it. I do that a lot of times in game, and it seems like I'm able to progress a lot faster. So we still have $175,000. I also purchased the little farmhouse area, which was only $31,000. I was able to purchase it right beside our other field, so that worked out nicely. Now we have other things we could sell in game, like the other farmhouse and some animal pens and things like that, but I'm not going to do it. It's just going to sit there. If we may purchase it later on, it may be something we move into, whatever a long-term goal is for the series. But for right now, we're just going to start off, and we're just going to farm. If we're taking a load of soybeans or something like that down to the sell point, because I am on console, uh, I can't send workers down that way to do it. So we'll have to do all of our own deliveries. But I may hire a worker just to run a pass or two while we do that. But for the most part, it's going to be me on the equipment doing the farming, saving every dollar we can, and just enjoying the game. So it's I felt like this would be a good map to do it on because the price of the fields are extremely cheap. You can buy a good number of fields, and we actually bought some of the larger ones, but you can buy a good number of the fields for not a lot of money at all. So it really works out nicely. But at the most will be two tractors, probably just one to start with because I am going to be driving it myself. So that's kind of the route that I'm going to go. So we will get a nice tractor. It'll have to have good horsepower because while this field is fairly flat, the other field that we have has a little bit of terrain on it. So you need a good bit of horsepower, and I really hope this harvester doesn't have any issues on that field. If it does, we'll have to go a different route and get a different one. But being on console, we only have two particular headers, or three particular headers, that actually have the wheels on them. So I do everything that I can to try to stay away from the header trailers. I just get tired of dealing with them. So I usually either run the Rostelmash, or even if I run a John Deere because it's green and yellow, I'll run the New Holland header on it just to, kind of keep the match. But to be able to pull it around is just super, super nice. But one thing also on this map that's a good reason not to use workers. Um, Workers hate this map. I don't know what it is, but basically what you run into is a lot of I would say your borders around the fields actually leak over into your neighbor's property, if that's a good way to put it. But so the workers get a little bit confused because they'll get over there, still be on your land, but like, hey, they're in another field already. So it kind of messes with the, I guess, settings or whatever you want to call it in the game. But one thing I like to do when I'm starting a new field, um, if I am running headlands around, which I generally do most of the time, unless it's just a perfectly straight field with no trees on the end or anything like that, I always try to go clockwise. That way your pipe is always on the outside for whenever you need to unload. That way you're not destroying your crops. It's just something just a little secret that doesn't matter too much, but it helps out in the long run. Also, not hitting telephone poles, that also helps out. We'll call that crash number one for the day, I believe. Or maybe two. I think I hit something on the other side. But I can't remember how much this header or this harvester holds. I think it's, let's see, looks like it's about 9,000. Let's check. 10,500. So we definitely want to get a trailer with at least 21,000. And usually I like to get a little bit more just in case, but you always want to, if you're going to the sell point, you want to at least take 2 full loads out of your harvester. It'll cut down on your trips. You don't want to get too extravagant because you've got to have something with enough horsepower to pull it, and the larger trailers are more expensive. When you're starting a series like this, you want the most you can get for the least amount of money. So I haven't really decided or even looked at which tractor that I think I want to go with, so I'm kind of just gonna wait and maybe look at how much horsepower a particular seeder is going to take. That way we know what we gotta have. We can get away with plows or cultivators, any of those you can pretty much get away with. Like I said, our other field does have a little bit of terrain on it, so that is something we'll have to look at. And if you enjoy this gameplay and would like to see more, please hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on. Give us a like, give me a comment, let me know what you thought about it, good or bad. And check out some of our other series. We have a Massey Ferguson pig farm series going on Peterville right now. We're on episode 4. Episode 5 should be up the next day or so. But I just wanted to get another series going where I can alternate them, because I generally try to put out a video a day. Sometimes it's every 2 days, but we've got some farm builds on there, and just some other good content that I really think you would enjoy. So, but first of all, I just want to say thank you for watching, and thanks to everybody that's helped get the channel going. It's been something I wanted to do for a long time, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I could probably go ahead and cut in, but I'm just going to go ahead and keep going like we're going, just to make sure we leave ourselves enough room to turn around on the ends. I had played this map a while back, and actually was able to go in and cut most of the trees down between all these fields in front of us that you see. And I turned this whole area into one large field. It's nice, but you just got to have the bigger equipment to maintain it. And we missed a little bit. This field that we're on now does need to be plowed. I'm not sure if it needs lime, but I think it does. The other field we have definitely needs lime. So we just got to be cautious with our equipment that we buy or lease, so we you know, we want to get the biggest possible that we can afford to be able to do the work, but not go too crazy with it. This harvester really does a nice job. I believe it's a 9 meter header, which compared to some is kind of small, but just so much nicer than having to deal with the little 4.5, or 5 meter headers that you get a lot of times in game to start a series or just a let's play. And you can deal with a smaller header, but it's the lack of horsepower that you really need on some of these maps. And I am curious, like I said, about whether this one will be strong enough. I believe it will, but we will know here in just a few minutes because we are making good time through this field. Like I said, we definitely need a trailer. It's going to hold at least 21,000, but somewhere around 25 I think would be fine. And we're full. Perfect. Let's cut that guy off, save a little fuel. Let's get us a tractor. Or let's get us a trailer first. Let's see. Let me check the sell points. If I remember on the sell points, they actually... So like selling station 2. Let's check it out just to make sure. I think on these you actually need... See, this one you can back in, so it's perfect. You could get away with any kind of tipper trailer or anything you want. But if you actually end up going over to the supermarket, see, it's an enclosed, got a roof, so you got to be careful of what type of trailer you get. That way you can get it in there. It's a really nice old harvester. That'd be nice. Well, I guess that is the bison, just a different color. Let's see. Let's look at our trailers. Like I said, we want one that'll go at least, let's say 24 to 25,000. That one's nice. We definitely want like a straight axle. We don't want anything that's got to swivel in the front. Gosh, I hate those. 28,000 on that farm tech. That's not very expensive. I thought we got a new trailer this week. Let's see. Did we get a new trailer in the mod hub? I was thinking like it was a little small trailer. There's 21,000. That's a pretty nice little trailer. There's just a particular one I thought I saw this week. And I don't think it was that farm tech, but I just can't remember. Okay. I want to look at a cedar and just check a horsepower on it before we buy our tractor. I think we'll probably go with this horse. So it needs 270 horsepower. So whatever tractor we get is going to be at least 270 horsepower. 269. 290. 348. You know what? Let's go with the JCB. And the reason I say that is because of its speed, because it's going to be our main tractor. Say that right? Gosh, I just want to make sure again. It didn't seem like that's enough horsepower. Yeah, 270. JCB. Decisions. No, I went past it. I'm just making sure. Kind of torn here. What about... I really hate that you can't put anything on the front of this John Deere, or that's exactly what I would go with. What about this Fent? I don't need that much. But let's do it. Who cares? Let's go main color. Let's go black. Let's get us a black tractor. I like it. Let's get us a trailer. Spend enough time in here. Can we change the color on this little trailer? No, we can't. We can get a 28,000 on it though. What about a small Joskin? I know I'm just rambling, but I'm just want to make sure we make the right decision. 31,000. Let's get this guy. Keep that like that. What if we just stay black? How about that? Perfect. Let's lease this guy. I like it. This tractor's going to be more than enough to do anything we need to do on this farm for the entire series. So I think it'll be perfect. If you could put, like I said, if you could put something on the front of that John Deere, I definitely would have went with it, because I'm so happy that John Deere mods are making their way, you know, more into for consoles. Seems like, you know, PC's got anything they want, which that's fine, but so happy they're starting to make them and get them into the game for consoles. That'll help us out as well, because our other little field is a good ways away from the farm, or from the sell point rather. Not a screenshot. Perfect. Well, I think what I'll do, guys, is I will finish running, at least get the trailer full, and then I will meet back up with you whenever we head to the sell point. See you in a bit. Welcome back, everyone. Just finishing up our last row here. Got just a little bit left. We've got 21,000 already in the trailer, and whatever we have left here in the harvester to just finish off this field. And luckily our sell point's just right down the road, so I think what we'll do is get this all loaded up and get it to the sell point. Well, it'd be really nice if you pull beside the trailer, King. Get it down to the sell point. And my name is Ken, by the way. Get it down to the sell point, and then get our equipment moved over to our other field, and I believe possibly call it an episode for the day. I think it's been a good first start. And we do have another soybean field just ready to go. This one will need plowing, like I said, and the other one will need lime, but we can handle all of that next episode. It's a really good looking tractor. All the pedals work good. Back into Lipinki. Perfect. $56,000 off our first field. Let's see how much that field cost us to purchase. Let's see. So basically, in just a couple of harvests, it will actually pay for itself. So that's really nice. Let's see what the best route is to get back over to our farm. I believe it's just going to be the road past the sawmill. Yeah, is this a road right here? Yes, it is. What road is this? Oh, just a little dirt road. Perfect. And the reason I said get back to our farm is because our other field is right beside our farm. It is small. You know, that's one thing that, 31,000, you can't expect too much. There is a animal pen on it, but I believe it's horses. And I really don't like doing horses since we don't have horse helper. Maybe it's the lazy way. We may get one horse. Just, one horse is rideable. You can handle that per day. But our next field is just right there on our right. Not this one, but just get this guy parked out of the way. This will be good. Hop into our harvester. Get this guy unfolded. I believe we'll take the road right here next to the sawmill. It's really nice, those two little roads. I was thinking we were going to have to go all the way around, and then I remembered it was just a dead end at the end of that road, so perfect. Let's see what we got. I believe it just goes all the way around till we get to our farm. Huge fields. Over this way. Oh, that worked out nice. Just park this guy right here on the end. Get him out of the main road there. Hop out. I'll show you our other field. It's this guy right here. See, it's a pretty good sized field. But you see the terrain I was talking about. So soybeans again in it, ready to go. And yeah, I think it'll be a good place to start our next episode. So, like I said earlier, guys, if you enjoyed it, please give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Like I said, good or bad. But as far as that goes, guys, I'll try to spit it out in a second. Have a great day. God bless you. See you next time.